Okay, I'm going to start by listing the 12 safety practices, which are verify care and order for the patient, perform a hand hygiene before and after any patient care or when equipment is involved, verifies policy procedure and verifies facilities policy and procedure and assembles appropriate supplies, um, consults manufacturers recommendations whenever using equipment, knocks on client's door before entering, uh, inform the inform patient of the procedure. No, identifies client using two identifiers. Notes overall condition of the patient. Um, explains procedure for the patient and provides for privacy. Elevates bed to promote good body mechanics. Don PPE if indicated. Upon completion, raises side rails according to the physician's orders and places call system within reach. And then, if any abnormal findings are present, report those to the charge nurse immediately. And then now the six rights of medication administration. You need to have the right dose, the right medication, right patient, right time, right route, and right documentation. The first one I'm going to show is the IM injection, the 1.5 mLs of Demerol. First thing you need to do is hand hygiene. Okay. And before I even begin, I'm going to make sure I have the right needle. This is 3 milliliters. It's 23 gauge by 1 inch, which is the appropriate range within an IM injection. Also have a blunt tip canola here. And then my medication, I'll be using 1.5 milliliters of Demerol today. And then I'm going to check the expiration date, which is 02/28. So we're good there. And then I have the pad. And if I were already in the client's room, um, I could either bring the medicine with me and the needle and then assemble it all inside. Or if I drip medication outside of the patient's room, I would drop the medication and then I'd have to label the syringe before I left the area so no one gets confused and I know what it is. But I'm going to knock on the client's door, introduce myself, identify the client using two identifiers, which is name and date of birth. I'm going to explain that we'll just be giving intramuscular injection today, which is the 1.5 ml of Demerol. So I'm going to begin by opening it up. I'm going to tilt it down just so you guys can sort of see. Got the plunger. I'm going to open the cannula. It's on there good. I'm going to take that plastic off just 1 second. Break the plastic seal for that. I'm going to rub the top of it with alcohol. Just let it air dry. You don't want to blow on it because that would defeat the whole purpose of cleaning it. All right, using the blunt tip, we're going to be giving 1.5 ml today. So I'm going to draw it up to 1.5 ml of air. One and a half. I'm going to inject this into the rubber seal. I injected the air into it. Now what I'm going to do, take it up. Trying to get out any air bubbles. It's drawn to 1.5. I'm going to do what's known as the swooping. I'm going to take off the blunt tip. Blunt tip is off, and I'm going to begin by putting on the actual needle. Take alcohol pad here. I'm going to start in the center. Going to go out. You'd go out to 1.5 inches or 2, but in this case, since the pad is so small, I'm going to go ahead and just do the whole thing. I'm going to keep the gauze or alcohol swab right there. I'm going to take off the plastic covering. Bend this just a little bit. Do the swooping method real quick. For the IM, the sights would be the deltoid, would be like 4 fingers across, 3 down, which would roughly be the center of our patch right here. The other spot would be here on the thigh, pretty much right between where my pointer and index finger are, or pointer and middle finger are, the center of that triangle. And then another spot would be the middle third of your thigh. Sorry, I forgot to mention that earlier. Okay, now to the injection. I'm going to take the plastic. Just going to do it at a 90-degree angle. Quickly inject it. Going to aspirate for 5 to 10 seconds just to make sure that there's no blood. You don't want to have bleeding already. Alright, there's no blood. I'm going to inject the medicine 10 seconds per ml. So, let's go. After you've injected it, you can pull the needle out straight. You're going to apply pressure with the gauze, and then you're going to engage the safety. There's no way that needle is shown. And I'm going to dispose of it in my sharps container. Trying to. It's in a glass bottle. Apply pressure for 5 to 10 seconds. You don't want to massage it, just light pressure. I can take that away. I'd put a bandage on it if I needed to. No redness or anything. I'm gonna take off my gloves, dispose of everything properly. Set this to the side here. The gloves, and then I'd perform hand hygiene. And I would document that I gave an injection. To set up for the next one, I will be doing a subcutaneous injection. Stuff out of the way. There's nothing else on my bed, it's just the blood. And a set of gloves. We get rid of the canola, we don't need that anymore. And then appropriate needle, medicine. In case it is necessary, I will repeat the 6 rights of medication again. You need to have the right dose, right medication, right documentation, right patient, right route, and right time. Alright, I'm going to perform hand hygiene. Gloves on. And before I begin again, I will make sure I have the right needle. This is a 27 gauge by 1/2 inch, which is within the appropriate range of 25 to 29 gauge, and 3/8 to 5/8 of an inch. And this one doesn't have a canola or anything, and you can't replace the needle, but I will get an alcohol pad here. Today, for the SubQ injection, we will be giving 6,000 units of heparin, and there's 10,000 units per ml, so it'll be 0.6 mLs of heparin today. Clean this, cleaning it so you can't see it. Go down. Alright, gonna open needle. Just has a cap on it. We're gonna take the cap off. We'll be doing 0.6 mL today, so I'm gonna draw the plunger down to 0.6. We're at 0.6, and I'm going to inject that into the rubber seal. Inject the air into there. And tilt it up now. And draw back 0.6 mLs. It is like perfect. Sorry, but I did a good job. So air bubbles. right at 0.6 mLs. I'm going to swoop it down to just cover the needle with this cap real quick. I'll get the alcohol pad ready. And that's why I got several out. The sites for SubQ injection are the anterior prospect of the arm, think triceps, just back of arm here. Around belly button. Okay, to make it easier, here's my belly button. You can go an inch or two to either side, just a little lower, and then you would pinch the skin there. And then, once again, middle third of thigh can be the the anterior portion of thigh, middle third of that. Alright, so I'm going to get this, clean the pad again. Hold it between these fingers. Cool. This can be done at a 90 to 45 degree angle. For today's purposes, I'll be 90. For sub Q, you kind of want to pinch the skin, and you don't want to go too deep, and you just want to make sure that you're getting that fat layer. Once again, you're going to put the needle in quickly, slowly, one movement, steady. Going to aspirate for 5 to 10 seconds. Make sure there's no bleeding, and then you're going to do 1 ml per 10 seconds. So 6 seconds today. Apply pressure to it. Then engage safety mechanism. Different bottle, sharps container. It's in there. I applied pressure, and the expiration on the heparin was also 0228, so still within the normal range. It's not expired or anything. I'm gonna take my gloves off. Hand hygiene and document that I gave an injection for 6,000 units of heparin or 0.6 mLs of heparin today on my patient. And I am done. I clean up my mess, put it in the sharps container, hand hygiene, document,